welcome back to another video. So today's video is going to be a little different than what I usually do. Today is a more serious video. I've been getting a lot of questions about where I've been, that too, about why is there so much space in between my videos, because I was gone for like over a year and a half. Well, today I'm going to be telling you guys why there was such a gap in between my videos and how I'm feeling now. So the winter before last, I got really sick. I went to the doctor. They told me it was just a cold and that take the medicine, and they had seen people whose coughing lasted for a longer period of time, so don't be worried, basically. So I took the medicine. I thought I was getting better, and then the cough never really left. It lessened, but it never really got better. But then I kept getting worse. I was gaining weight, a whole lot of weight, and I was just couldn't walk from like my door to my car, couldn't breathe, and all that other stuff. So finally, it just got to the point where I had to go to the ER. So I made some notes because I want to make sure I gave you all the right names, the definitions of whatever, of what I have. So today I'm going to be talking about being diagnosed with CHF. Now CHF is congestive heart failure. That is what CHF stands for. The definition for CHF is a chronic progressive condition that affects the pumping power of your heart muscles. So basically, I learned so let's go back from the beginning. So I was working, I was doing all other stuff, I was in between a move, and I was getting worse, and then it finally got to the point where I noticed that my fingertips were turning blue, my lips were blue, and I was just swollen 24/7. And at first I was like, I'll get better, and I didn't want to do it. My family was like, go. But I did not want to go because I really hate hospitals. I really hate doctors. But with something affecting you like that, you need to go. Just get over all that and go. So finally at work one day, I couldn't catch my breath. My nails were just blue. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go. So I went to the ER. And like I said, walking from distance to distance was just so much I couldn't breathe. But I made it to the ER. And, they took you back. I went into hospital weighing 420 or something. And that is way past my normal. It was way over what I'm used to. I've always been big, but I've never been 400 big. So I went in. They ran tests. They hooked me up so I can breathe and all the other stuff. And then they finally said, you know what? Well, I thought I was going to go home, but in the back of my mind, I was like, you waited too long, you're not going home. So I did not go home. I was in the hospital. They admitted me that night. Maybe after 45 minutes or hour being in the ER, after running some tests, they admitted me, point blank, no pass go. I was admitted. So from there, they were running more tests and all the other stuff. So finally, they figured it out. They came to me, and it was like, well, I don't even know. It was just, they told me I had congestive heart failure. That threw me through a huge loop. I was like, I was crying. It was hard to hear, but it is what it is, I guess. Well, it was hard to hear. It was hard and then I learned that my heart, the reason I was turning blue, that I was swelling up because my heart was only working at a 10 to 15%, and it wasn't doing what it should have been doing. It's like I caught an infection, and it stayed, and it started, hurting me more. So from there, the doctors told me that I was really lucky because of my age, because I was in my 20s, late 20s, And he told me I was really, really, really lucky. If I had been older or some more like that, if I gained 1 more weight, my heart would have gave out. So I'm glad I went to the hospital and I did. I should have went earlier. I know, but the thought of going to the hospital, I've had some bad experience with hospitals and family, so it just really, it wasn't really connecting like it should be. Go to the hospital, not let it run through. So I learned my lesson from that. So from getting the diagnosis, I was put on medication after medication, and they said most of it, if not all of it, I will be on for life. But again, it depends on how my heart was doing. But they said 9 times out of 10, you will be on most of these heart medications for life. But with some exercise and dieting and all that good stuff, it'll probably lessen, but it probably won't ever go away. So that is where I am right now. So some of the medicines that you get for CHF or that I've got are, I take potassium. I might say these names wrong. I've heard them a million times, but sometimes it's just hard to say. Carvedilol, Firmicide, for rosemide, I believe, Spirolactone, and I really don't know how to say the name of it. Amlodipine. I am so sorry. I don't mean to offend anybody by jacking up these names, but I'm gonna have the list right here. I'm gonna put all the medicine that I take right here. So if anybody's having these problems and they're taking something else, my doctor said these are the top ones that somebody with a heart problem should be taking. So if you want to ask your doctor about them all, I'll put them, link them right here. So I take a mixture of all those medicines plus some for my diabetes because I'm also a diabetic. I take all that mixture. I take pills 4 times a day. I take the most in the morning. I take maybe like 7 in the morning, one around 1, and then the evening I take 4, and then at night I just take 1. But yeah, I take a lot of medicine a day. And so that's what I'm living with. That is where I'm currently at right now with my health. I have been getting more treatment, have been seeing my doctors. I've even got another test ran on my heart. So right now my heart is currently was working at a 55, 60%, which was way better than what I went in the hospital with the 10, 15%. So I am getting better. My doctor said at least take a year or more for it to get back to where they considered it a healthy. So I am working with that. I'm also taking my medicine, and I changed my eating habits. I'm still big, but I'm way bigger. When I went into the hospital, I was 423, I believe. Those were the exact numbers. While I was in the hospital, which was a 2.5-week period, because I learned that all the weight I gained, not all of it, a good portion of it was water weight because, like I said, my heart wasn't functioning, so I wasn't really peeing out what I was supposed to. It was just all staying there. So they hooked me up to some water pills and all that other stuff to basically flush me out. So that's what I was in the hospital 2.5 weeks. By the time I left the hospital, I had already lost 70 pounds just with them flushing out my system, flushing out all the excess water that I was holding on to. So that was also a good start for me. So, like I said, after the 2 weeks in the hospital, I went home. But they wanted to make sure I was extra, extra safe. So they had given me a life vest by Zale. It's a company that makes these life vests. Now, I don't have a picture of me wearing it because during that period, I was not in my right head mind. I was sad, depressed because I was at home on bed rest. So I didn't take any pictures. I do have a picture that I'll insert over here when I was actually graduated, when I came out of the Life Vest, and I was packing it up to ship it back. So I will put that up. So back to Life Vest. So it's just this heart monitor kind of thing that you wear around. It's almost like I don't want to say bra. It's like a little thing where they had defibrillators in the back, and it had like monitors going around your stomach or whatever. Yeah, like right under your, right on top of your stomach. It was like monitors that would monitor me. So if anything, my heart stopped or anything like that, the Life Vest will shock me, and we were told to call the 911. Don't touch me. That's what my family was told. Don't touch me. Just let it shock me to bring my heart back to pumping, and call 911, and they will take it from there, and I'll go back to the hospital. Thank God none of that ever actually happened. I never was shocked. The monitor did go off one time. I think because I moved and it wasn't catching signal because it had moved off of my skin. But that was the only problem I had with it. It never went off. I never had to be shocked or anything, which was scary in the beginning when they even told me I had to wear it. But none of that ever happened. I was getting better. I was eating better. I was losing weight. I think my current weight now, I'm at 310, which is a whole lot different than the 423 I went in with. Like I said, I've always been big. I've been big my whole life. And I'm currently losing that because I have no choice. And I want to do it now because I never want to put my family through through what they had to go through when I was in the hospital. I never want to do that to them again. So currently I'm doing a workout 3 times a week. I'm eating a lot better, and I'm just doing my thing to get better, to get my heart back where it should be, to get me back where I should be. So I've just been like a houseworm. Like after I got out of the hospital, the doctor wouldn't allow me to go back to work or do anything. So basically I sat in my room for 3 months. And I think that broke me a little because I was so bored. And I love to work. I know a lot of people won't say that, but I do love to work. So I miss going to work, and I miss doing all that. I wouldn't even hang out with my friends because I was just I would talk to them on the phone or whatever, but I wouldn't really hang out with them. Not until like later on, like when I was almost off of bed rest. So, like I said, it was just hard, and I'm living with it, and I'm getting better with it, and I have accepted it because I have to, and I want to be better. So I think this getting diagnosed with CHF really kicked me in the right position, because at first I was just like, I've always been big, other than being a diabetic, which I manage. Nothing was wrong, but getting sick, and I was already in Illinois where the snow was like crazy, so catching a cold was easy. So getting sick and just being diagnosed with this, it really showed me that I needed to do another path. I need to go another way. And living with CHF, I'm living okay. I haven't had any problems. My tests are coming back fine. I'm losing the weight slowly but surely. I'm losing the weight. And I have more energy now. So, and I don't get tired as often as I did. I'm doing better. I'm not 100% better. I won't say that. Not until my doctor tells me I'm 100%. So in my mind, I'm okay. I'm getting better. That's where I'm at. I'm not 100%. I'm going to get there one day because I'm going to keep doing good, I'm going to do what I need to do. So I will get better. It's my life living with CHF now. If you have any questions that you want to know, if you want to know something, what my doctors recommended, other medications I'm on, whether it be for my CHF or my diabetes or anything like that you want to know, just please leave it in the comment section down below, and I will get back to you, I promise. So I promise I will get back to you. So thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned a little something. If I'll have some more information in the description box as well. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.